Well, hello everyone, and good afternoon or morning, depending on where you're joining us today. I am George with Johnson Plastics Plus,
I'm Jackie with Johnson Plastics Plus too.
and we are here to talk about one of our favorite things in the world, which is not just our pets.
Our pets.
We wanted to talk about our pets, but we're going to talk about your pets and your customers' pets and how you can grow your business with all of this really cool stuff in front of us.
Yeah.
So
one thing that I was amazed by is that the pet product industry is $40 billion.
40 billion with a B. And that is just stuff like we're going to show you here and treats. That's not even the pet food.
Yeah.
Which I have a little dog and he eats a lot of food. So
yeah.
Speaking of which, I want everybody to know that we are both pet owners.
Yep.
Love our pets. Do you want to show a picture of Winston real quick?
Yeah, here I'll show you.
I'm going to show you a picture of my dog.
So speaking of that $40 billion that people spend on their pets, this is my little Winston here. I don't know if you can see him there, but he is spoiled to death and has all kinds of things like collars and leaches and everything he wants. So your customers are buying that stuff too.
They are. I'm going to show you. Would you show? That's Murphy. He is a toy Australian Shepherd. And if you look at those eyes, man, he is a shady little dude, but we love him all the same. He's our little buddy. He's my wife's dog. He's our family dog, but he hangs out with my wife. But we love Murphy and we love our pets, and everybody loves their pets. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the products here that you can offer your customers. Get in on some of that $40 billion that we have. Got a few things though that we have to go over first. So
yes, George's got some housekeeping.
I have some housekeeping. Yes. So we're going to have if you are joining us on a mobile device, a phone or a tablet, we will be going back and forth between a couple cameras. Jackie's going to have a demo for us a little bit later on. So I think you can swipe up and down will be how you can see between those cameras. For those of you on a laptop, you'll just see the cameras pop up side by side. So if you're doing that, if you're having trouble hearing us, which I don't know how you're going to hear these directions if you're having trouble hearing us, but if we're fading in and out, over on the right-hand side of your control panel, you'll see a little thing for audio. You may want to try and dial in on the phone, or you can just restart this and hop right back into the webinar. Sometimes that clears up some of the audio issues that we have. Other housekeeping, I think we're
going to do some poll questions before we get started.
Let's ask some questions.
So we can see who's on the call with us.
Yeah, we always like to.
So we got a couple here. So our first question is, do you currently sell pet products in your business? Is this something that you're currently selling and you just kind of want to see what else is out there, or are you not selling it right now and want to see what you can add? So we'll give you a second to answer that.
Right, and if you do have a pet and you've been to the big box retailers or the PetSmarts or any of those, you know that there are just aisles and aisles and aisles filled with custom collars and name tags and leashes and bowls, and it doesn't matter what kind of pet you have, there are all sorts of items that people are buying that you can offer them and take that extra step and add the personalization to it.
Absolutely, tons of stuff.
So it looks like we've got, so we got about 40% of the folks are already offering stuff and 60% aren't. So for those of you that already are, hoping we're going to show you some really cool items that you're going to be able to add to your product offering. And for those of you who are not, hopefully you'll be deciding that you want to add some stuff once you see what we have here. And Jackie does the demo.
Yeah, so we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna show you how you can use some of these things. But we do have two more questions we'll ask before we get started. So the next question is, if you are sublimating, because all of these products that we're gonna show you today are suitable for sublimation, or you could also use vinyl. So maybe you're using vinyl right now and curious about sublimation. So we're just curious what sublimation printer brand you're using today.
Right, and again, all of this is sublimatable, but as Jackie said, vinyl works great. If you're doing toner heat transfer on some of these items, absolutely. So there are different ways to personalize it, but everything we're going to show you today is good for sublimation. So we're just kind of curious to see what kind of equipment you're using. Looks like we've got some Sawgrass fans out there, some Epson folks.
Yeah, a lot of other small format printers.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, you know what, if you wouldn't mind, one thing that I forgot to mention when we were talking about the housekeeping, on the right-hand side, you'll see a little place to ask questions. We've got some folks in the background who are going to be answering those questions for us tonight, today, I should say, and we'll also be answering some of those live. But if you do have one of those other small format printers, if you would jot us a note there in the questions, let us know what you're using. We're always curious to see what we might be able to add to our product offering.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So we've got one last question here. And I'm not sure if you could tell by my shirt and my photo, but I've got little Boston Terriers on my shirt. So I'm definitely a dog person. So we're curious if anybody on the call, if you guys got cats, dogs, a fish, a hamster, or if you just have a whole zoo at home. What do you have? What do you got going?
Right, I did not wear an Australian Shepherd shirt. I will think about that for next time.
Well, maybe somebody can sublimate one for you.
That's somebody could sublimate it for me. I would have otters too. If I could have pet, like I would love to have otters. I just love otters. I think they're fun.
Look, this is a webinar after my heart. We've got mostly dog people here, dogs and cats. So.
And 12% have run the gamut of multiple pets. And I know a lot, once you're a pet person, you are a pet person through and through. So I know a lot of folks have small and large animals and all sorts of stuff. It's hard to say no once you get one in your house. It's hard to turn them away.
It's true.
So, well, let's start showing you some of the products we have. We're going to show you some of the stuff that we have available here on jpplus.com. Again, all sublimation. Then Jackie will do a demo for us.
Show you how to make this bandana.
She's going to show us how to make a bandana for your pet. That's going to be great. And then stick around, make sure you hang with us through the entire webinar, because we do have some stuff we're going to be giving away today. So a couple of lucky folks are going to get some really nice prize packs full of some of the pet stuff. So I've done a lot of talking. Jackie, do you want to start with something here?
Sure. So we'll start with these word blocks. So since most everybody on the call has a dog, so we've got, and there are some cat people too. So I love these word blocks. They're super cute. You get this one says woof, and then it comes with a sublimatable disc. So you sublimate this disc and then adhere it. So you could take a picture of your pet, your customer's pet, and adhere it like this kitty here.
You know, these are great because they do stand up, obviously, on their own. So if you're going to put this on a bookshelf or a mantle, works great for that. But it does have a nice flat solid back here too. So you could use, it's not super heavy, so you could use a command strip if you want to mount it to a wall, even a small screw in the back if you wanted to mount it that way. But a lot of different ways to use this. And we've seen our customers, and we encourage you, share with us your pictures on social media if you're using any of these products and you've got a unique application. But we've seen customers who use these on the wall, on the mantle, in their office.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get one of, I got to be honest with you, I'm surprised the demo isn't a picture of Winston on one of those. So then Jackie would happen to have, it's just a demo piece and it's going to end up on your desk. So.
I didn't buy them enough Sour Patch Kids in the marketing department. Maybe next time. But one thing I do also really like about these is, so this is a really nice product. So, you know, if you're something that you're selling in your storefront, on your website, you're going to be able to make a decent amount of margin. And it's a smaller disc, so your production time is going to be quicker. So you can add, you know, if it's something generic you want to put on there, or maybe you have a couple that you want to press at one time, you can, and still make a good amount of margin with these. So that's one thing I like about these, because you just can use your flat press and press away.
That's a great point. And just so you know, the aluminum does come with a little bit of masking on those. So if you do press that, we've all done it with sublimation.
Yes.
We've gone to press something and forgot the masking. These do have masking on.
And there is not adhesive on the back, because if you were to press it, then the adhesive would activate and it'd be stuck to your press. So just keep that in mind, and then be sure to take the masking off.
It's nice. It's just a little piece of double-sided tape or a glue dot, and that'll adhere right in place. So let's take a look at this one. I'll let you take that because we'll show that on the close-up camera. That is super cute. So little dog sweater t-shirts. These are great. A lot of fun. One of the segments, a sub-segment of the pet product industry, is clothing and hats and shirts for your pets. People love them. And this is a great way to offer your customers a personalized little dog t-shirt or cat t-shirt. If you can get it on a cat, I don't know. We had a cat one. Yeah, some of them are squirmy, some of them aren't, but they're super cute. You can have different ones for different seasons. I know that there are people who are sports fans, so sports team logo on there with the pet's name. We've seen people do a little like skeletal bone like patterns on it for Halloween.
Or even, this day and age, people celebrate their pets' birthdays just like their kids. So
Oh,
you get
yeah.
a little happy birthday, 1-year birthday shirt, all kinds of stuff you can do with these. And so these come in 3 sizes. This is, I believe, the small, and then there's a medium and a large. They are sort of small, so probably for those smaller breeds like my Boston Terrier and your little guy.
My little toy
But probably
Australian
not going to
Shepherd.
be good for like a big Great Dane or something. We don't have that yet. So just keep that in mind when you're ordering the large.
Right.
I want to be sure you're not going to get it and think, well, this isn't going to fit on my Great Dane.
Right.
But these are awesome. Sublimation ready, as you can see.
Yep.
And great way to add more pet products to your offerings.
Yep, and a nice thing about that too is the dog has that on, goes out, maybe gets a little dirt on it, run around the dog park or whatever, easily machine washable. With sublimation, as you know, when you're doing sublimation, that dye is going to sink right into that shirt, so you don't have to worry about it being, wearing out or when you wash it. It's still going to look great year after year.
Yeah, and that's a good segue into the blanket, because as we all know with pets, I've tried so many times to keep a blanket of mine, only mine, not my dog's blanket, but they always get on
No
the
way.
couch to get the blanket. So when you sublimate, it's going to be durable. And this is the sublimation.
Do we want to show the size of this one? Because it's big.
We could.
I'm going to unfold it. I'm sorry to the rest of our friends in the marketing team who'd spend so much time folding this stuff up real nice on the, there we go, on the table, and then I unfold it and can't put it back. So this is for Nala, the cat. Super soft. And again, with this, you're going to wonder how you can get this into a press. You can do your design in segments. So you can do one panel here, one panel there. It takes just a couple presses and you can get a really nice blanket. I mean, it's a big blanket.
Yeah, and then it's a Sherpa line. So it has this really soft Sherpa lining.
Right. I feel like I'd be fighting with the pet for this blanket.
Oh.
Because it's super soft.
I'm sure that this would end up as Nala's blanket. No doubt about it. But you could try and keep it for yourself for a little bit.
Right. Our dog is only 12 pounds, but he will take up this entire blanket. And yes, everybody's looking at me that I just bunched it up and put it back up there. But these are sublimatable. It is a great blanket.
They can blame me.
Yeah, okay, good.
I'll buy him some Sour Patch Kids later.
There you go. If you haven't figured it out, the marketing department here
They like candy.
really likes candy, yes. So a great blanket. Again, this is available on our website at jpplus.com. If you're doing toner heat transfer, you can do that on this blanket as well. So
yeah, and if that blanket seems maybe a little too large, or you're looking for something different, there are other sublimation blankets on the site too. There's some, if you have a little tiny dog or a little cat and you need something smaller, there are baby blankets and other blankets as well, but that's one of our favorites.
I'm going to move on to the glass block here, which I just love this, and I'm going to have you show this up close here in a second, Jackie. This is sublimatable. It's sublimatable on the back side, and then it shows through on this glass block, and this has got a nice amount of weight to it. Looks great on a countertop, on a desk, on a mantle, a bookshelf. And one of the unique things about this is, again, when you're pressing like this, you don't want to flip your artwork. This one you don't need to, because it's going to press straight through. Jackie's going to show that on the close-up there, because it really has a nice, unique look to it.
Yeah, and this is something that none of us pet lovers like to think about because it breaks our heart. But this would be a really great memorial product. And I know, pet memorials are a big market too for your customers. So just really pretty, and then that's what it looks like on the back, and that's where you sublimate.
Perfect. So again, these are the glass block, and we have a lot of items just like this on our website too. So we've got the glass block plus several others. You could hear when that hit the ground.
Yeah, that's
it does have a little bit of weight to it. It's very nice.
Quality piece.
Absolutely.
And
looks great.
Other photographs, we have a ton of photo panels, things like this in different shapes and sizes. I know I showed you that one picture of my dog, but I have several others, and I know customers have a lot of photographs that they probably would want hung up in their house of their pets.
Right, absolutely.
So are we ready to move on to the demo?
I think we're ready to do our demo. So we are going to get ourselves set here. Jackie's going to show you how we're going to press one of these bandanas. Looks great. So we're going to get our camera set here.
So
Not yet? We're not ready yet. Oh, we got to tape it down. Is that what she's saying?
oh no, we're not pressing this one.
You gotta get the transfer on there first before I move the camera.
I was
Oh,
like, I'm not gonna press it twice.
Come on, guys. Come
maybe we should have been eating more of the Sour Patch Kids. So what
Okay.
our friend Caitlin in the background was telling us was that in order to do a sublimation transfer, you have to have the transfer on the item first.
That's true.
I think that's what she tried so hard with sign language. We
just-
clearly we
we
are not
just
going to be
weren't-
good at charades.
We just weren't picking it up. Yeah, we lost charades.
So
today.
we're going to turn on the camera there and we'll have, yeah. I'll
Okay.
step off to the side here. We'll move this.
So
You can see Jackie tape this down.
these are our sublimation bandanas. These are great for your dogs. I know we've got 4th of July coming up. I don't know
Absolutely.
if anybody wants like a little dog bandana on there. So we've printed out our transfer on our JPP sublimation paper. I believe we used the Sawgrass 1000 for this. So I know a lot of you guys right now are using another small sublimation printer. I know some people love those, but if you're using something that's maybe not sublimation ready and you're getting sick of the inks getting stuck and all that stuff, check it out. We do have some good deals right now and some bundles. So we've got this printed out, and I'm actually going to rip the edges instead of cutting it with scissors to help avoid press lines. So I'm going to go ahead, rip around the edges.
That would make me nervous. I would just rip it in half.
Oh, I am a little bit nervous. I think you jinxed me.
No, you're doing good. So again, the reason Jackie's doing this and ripping it as opposed to cutting it with the scissors is it avoids getting that hard press line that you sometimes get with sublimation. By having it put a little bit of jag there, it kind of almost blends in with the item if you do see the press mark, so it's much less noticeable.
Yeah.
Did
So
a great
it's gonna
job.
give it a little bit of a softer edge.
Right.
So you're gonna take your sublimation ready blank. So we've got our bandana. So this is gonna have polyester content to it. I think this one actually is fully polyester. When you're buying sublimation products on the website, there's a little icon and you can hover over it and it'll say sublimation, and also under details it will tell you if it's sublimation ready. There'll also be tech tips that will help you with time and temperature and pressure and give you step-by-step guide on how to sublimate. So I'm just gonna lint roll this to get rid of any lint that might be on it so we don't get that in our design.
Make sure it's nice and clean so you don't get those little squigglies in there when you
Yeah.
sublimate. If you've been doing it for a while, you know exactly what I mean, and it's easy to pick up one of those lint rollers at your store and just have it handy for when you're doing textiles.
Exactly. So then I'm gonna take the transfer, put it on my bandana as centered as I can, and get some heat tape. So we're using the clear today, but I really like the thermal heat tape, the brown, because it's a little bit thinner. It helps avoid those lines if you're doing maybe something a little bit different and you can't rip the edges. It's a good option. Okay, so now that we've got that, we're going to take it over to our press.
Okay, so now
Now we're
everything I said 3 minutes ago, we're doing now. So now we're going to head over to the press. Jackie will show you how she's going to press this out and how easy it is to add, to create this really cool bandana for your pets.
Okay, so we're using the Stahl's Hottronics. I love this press because, as you can see, it's got this pull-out drawer so that you avoid burning yourself. It's great for if you're doing a lot of apparel, and it just makes it easy. So we've got our blowout paper down. We're going to put our blank here with our transfer face up, and then add another sheet of blowout paper on top. And we've got our press set to 390. We've got about a light to medium pressure for 45 seconds. And another thing I love about this press is the digital readout, because you can see exactly where your pressure is. So one of my favorite presses. So we got it for 45 seconds.
And while Jackie's, while we're waiting on that to press, I just wanted to point out one of the ways that you can grow your business with pet products is to contact some local groomers and pet stores like that and work with them. I think we tend to think about people coming to our businesses and ordering their personalized items through us, and that's great. That's a great way to do business. But if you could partner with another business, say you go to a pet groomer, they probably already have leashes that they're offering there. Leave a sample and tell them, you can leave them with an order form. They can give it to their customers, and then you can give them a little referral bonus or something like that, work something out. But getting your products out there where they can get that extra step of personalization is a great way to grow your business.
Absolutely. And, you know, every time I've seen a dog get groomed, I think they actually usually come with a bandana home. So
There you go.
they can, it can be a win-win. You can provide them with a bandana and then they get some more advertising. I am going to grab some heat gloves. Safety first around here. So we can see.
Another idea that someone commented was to work with local breeders as well.
Absolutely, great idea. That's a fantastic idea. And again, very similar premise. You're just going to work with them. You don't have to stock a lot of items, particularly if you're taking order forms. You can kind of do it on demand and create those personalized items. But I love working with the breeders. That's a great idea.
All right, so there we go. We've got our bandana for Remy. And this is a little bit lighter just because of the colors we chose are a little bit lighter. But if you pick a bright color with sublimation, it will show up really bright. So super easy. And if you wanted to do a full bleed on this bandana, you absolutely can. You could do it with a larger press or in steps, but I know getting a larger press is always a good option just because it can help your production. So there we have it, our bandana.
That looks great. Thanks for showing us that, Jackie. Super easy to do again with the bandana and sublimation. One thing I also wanted to mention too, we're talking about partnering with breeders and with dog groomers. Local photographers, I cannot stress this enough, particularly if you're doing sublimation. There are so many photographers that are doing pet photos now. I mean, you've got, as a sublimation professional, you've got access to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different products that are great for photography, just like this photo block here, glass photo block. So talk with them and let them know that if they want to offer their customers a personalized photo block or pictures on a dog tag that we're going to show you here, that you can do that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I know it seems kind of crazy to think about, but it's almost July, Christmas in July, and I did have my dog on my Christmas card. So, you know, people may be wanting things for Christmas gifts and those kind of things. So now's the time to start thinking about that. Or sometimes people get pets as Christmas presents.
Oh.
And one thing that I definitely, you know, first thing that you're going to get when you get your dog, what did you get?
A leash.
bowl?
Yeah, food bowl, leash, collar.
Yep. So we have these pet bowls that are sublimation ready. We do have the sleeves for these, or you can do them in a convection oven, but these are sublimation ready. You can personalize them. So even if you've got a whole zoo at home, each pet can have their own.
Provided they stay to their own bowl.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And these are super, I don't know if you can really tell on the camera, but they're super, they're heavy duty. So I'm going to just kind of like put it down so you can hear, you know, somebody's not going to be able to flip it over and, you know, make a huge mess. Now they might, but it'll be a little bit more difficult for them with this.
Yeah, we learned that lesson the hard way when we first got Murphy, that we just put out a little plastic bowl for him, and one paw swipe, even at 12 pounds, and it was flipped over and all over the place.
I think we've got a question.
Yes, you do. Someone asked what size the pet bowls come in. So those either come in 6 or 7 inch size for those.
Correct. Thank you, Madeline. Yes, 6 or 7 inch radius on the pet bowl. So you could have one for the smaller one for water, the bigger one for food, or however you want to work that, and depending on what size pet you have.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
works out great.
Yeah.
Great question. Thank you.
Yeah, so those are great products. Another thing that pet owners are going to be using probably every single day, probably a couple times a day, are leashes. So we have this sublimation collar. So if you can see here, it's all sublimated with Finn's name. And then we also have the leash that is sublimation ready. So this one is obviously a blank one, and then you can create something
Right.
like that.
So the nice thing about this, again, it already comes with all the hardware included. So you don't have to worry about assembly or anything like that. And you can just stretch that out a little bit, lays really nice and flat in your heat press. And off you go. And like Jackie said earlier, you know, this is nice and thin. So you could do multiple collars, multiple leashes, all at the same time, and really save on your production time.
Yeah, absolutely. Even, you know, I know craft fairs are starting to kind
Oh,
of pop
yeah.
up here and there. If it's something that you want to take and you want to sublimate a design on there and then maybe put vinyl or something on it, you know, personalize
Right.
it on the fly when you're there, great way to do that.
I know we've talked to you talk to our customers every day, and I know we've seen them out at shows and events, and they are more and more, they're taking the sublimation on the road, taking them to fairs and to events and craft fairs and county fairs and doing the personalization right there.
Mhm.
That's a great way to do that.
Absolutely.
Great. These are all great items to add. They don't take up a lot of space either. That's the
Yeah.
nice thing. You know, sometimes you get those big bulky items, you gotta load it into the back of the van. This couple boxes, heat press.
Yep, and they're not
Sublimation
super heavy
printer?
either, so,
Right.
you know, something that you want to lug a lot of them, make your gas money worth it to get there and back. You can take these, we have pet tags too that are super lightweight. You probably can't see it from back there, so let me show you this pet tag. So we have a couple different shapes, and these are sublimation ready as well. So we've got the little kind of heart type shape, circle, and of course a bone.
And these do come with the little ring to attach to it, but it's off the tag when you first get it, so that it lays flat in your heat press when you're pressing it. Then you just take a little pliers and clamp that
So it
shut.
looks like this, and then you just attach it to that.
People are going to be tired of hearing about Murphy, but Murphy does have the bone tag. We've
Yes.
made him one here. It's got my wife's phone number on it in case Murphy decides to make a mad break from the backyard. I'm not going to catch him, so we hope that somebody else does. Give us a call because he's very fast. So looks like we got a question.
Yeah.
Madeline.
We had someone going back to the word blocks.
Yes.
How did we attach the sublimated plate to the word block?
Excellent question. You
So-
got that one there?
Yeah, so you can either use like a little dot of glue or just a regular adhesive
Right.
would work.
So the aluminum disc is flat and comes with it. And again, as you can see on the back here, this is a solid area. So it's just a solid space for you to center that up and put it on there. And easy double-sided tape, a little bit of glue, whatever your preferred adhesive method is.
Double-sided tape, that's what I was looking for.
Double-sided tape. Yeah, great question though, thank you. And keep them coming in. We've got a few more minutes here, so we'd love to answer any more questions that you have. As we kind of go over, I think we've gone over everything on
I
the
think
table.
so, and then as we said, there's a ton of products on jpplus.com that would also be great for pet lovers that maybe aren't specifically pet related, but I know mugs are always a big seller. We have a new mug press too now that you can do
Right.
the skinny tumblers in, the regular mugs, the latte mugs, and shot glasses. So those are all things that you can do.
Yep.
Find them at jpplus.com.
Yeah, a lot of the items here, they're nice home decor items, stuff around the house, but don't forget about the pet parents too. The mugs, holy smokes. You take your dog's face, put it on a mug, that is going to be the hit of any holiday or birthday event that you have, and people just love them.
I have one.
I figured you might. So
So yeah, and so many things that you can do. And like we said, with sublimation, it's great because it is so durable. And pet's gonna wear this bandana and it's gonna be, that design is in there. Really durable. It's a great option. for selling to that market.
Absolutely. So we've just got a few more minutes here. If there's any more last questions, fire them in. We'll take an answer to you, or we'll give you an answer. Give an answer to you. I think it's the first time I've really stumbled today. That's amazing, to be honest with you. Other than forgetting to have you actually do the prep work on the bandana at the front end. Let's talk about, we're going to give it, oh, wait.
Can we see the blanket again?
Yes, I have it nicely folded here. Absolutely. Let me show you.
Maybe a close up of the image.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I will kind of hold that.
See, there we go. Here we go.
There we go. Look at it. Look how cute that cat is. So again, full color with sublimation. And again, because this product is white, you don't have to worry about building that into your design work. So, you know, our cat's got the nice little white in the eyes and around there, and you don't have to worry about that with sublimation because you've got the white background there. So looks great. You're gonna fold it, aren't you?
I'm gonna maybe.
All right, all right. While you're folding it and making me look bad because I just put it in a big jumble on the counter, let's do the important thing here. Let's do our giveaway. So we have got 2 winners of our giveaway. So each of these people is going to get a nice little gift pack that we've got here. So you're going to get 3 of the circle pet tags. You're going to get 1 of the Woof blocks. You're going to get a pet leash and 1 of the dog collars. So 3 tags, the Woof, the collar, the lead or leash, however you want to call it. And I've got our winners here. Okay, so our 2 winners are Wendy Cockrell and Keely Lynch. Congratulations to both of you. Our team will reach out to you. We'll get in touch with you and find a way to get you your gift packs. Pet gift packs?
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. I needed some sort of affirmation. So we're excited to give those away. We want to thank everyone for watching. Please don't forget that all of these items available at jpplus.com, plus thousands more for sublimation, the heat tape, the blowout paper, the heat presses, printers, anything you need for sublimation, we've got it, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And if you have questions about anything,
Yeah.
we have chat available. You can call one of our customer service representatives or sales reps. We're always here to help. So don't hesitate to reach out. We're happy to help you dive into sublimation, and particularly with pet products today.
Absolutely. It's a great way to grow your business. We hope you've enjoyed watching some of the items that we have here. Jackie did a great job. Thank you on that demo. Any more last call on questions? Are we good? I think we're good. Again, thank you for watching. I'm George with Johnson Plastics Plus.
I'm Jackie with Johnson Plastics Plus.
And we hope you have a great rest of your day.